Hello, I'm Gary. Welcome to AmiAmi's, another weekly roundup of AmiAmi figure releases. This is only a 3-day week though, unfortunately, not a full week. It's the 30th, the 1st, and the 30th of April, 1st of May, and 2nd of May for these releases. Quite packed though on these figures, so they've actually done quite a few releases in those 3 days. They managed to wrangle in, but there's not as many figures as we'd normally be able to cover. So we'll get into that straight away. And hopefully you enjoy. Like normal, if you can comment, like, and subscribe if you're enjoying the video, and like this series that I'm doing. And links for all these figures that we look at will be in the description down below, like normal. Thank you very much, and we'll get into the figures. Yoga Shoujo illustration by Kinku 1/7 by Hobby Sakura for 8,500. There's two versions, so there's a bonus illustrator inclusive, so it comes with extra, with a shiki basically, for 9,600 if you want the shiki. Quite a good looking figure. The hair sculpting on this one looks pretty good overall. Is probably the outstanding part of this figure, and the shading in the actual outfit. The colours complement it quite a lot. I could definitely see people liking these sort of this sort of yoga posing going on here. It's a very pretty good, attractive looking figure overall, not too bad, and it is a 1/7. Hobby Sakura is depending on their paint job though, if they're actually good overall. We'll just have to wait and see. The prototype looks promising, and obviously this one's got armpits sculpting seem to be excellent on this one, and feet sculpting seem to be on point as well. So that seems to be where they're concentrating on. Some people with certain fetishes. My bad. Anyways, that's those two. Made on a Sun. Cynthia illustration by Yukimiya. Yuge 1/6. Manufacturer Otherware for 20,900 yen. Being released in January 2025, assuming no delays. This is a very good looking figure, really. Overall, the sculpting looks amazing on the outfit. The colouring looks great. Overall design obviously is very alluring and seductive, and these tights, the shading on the tights is phenomenal. Basically some of the best tights shading I've seen on any figure that has tights on them, really. So yeah, great looking figure, definitely worth getting a hold of. I'm pretty sure this is not cast offable, doesn't mention it's cast offable, and this is a bonus one that comes with an A5 shiki and a wall scroll as well for 20,900. If you just want it without the wall scroll, it's 18,800. Both of them still come with a shiki board. So yeah, not too bad. A good price as well, actually, and 1/6, so good scale. That's why this is where I would expect sort of, for the level of quality you're getting with this figure, is a really good price, really, as well. And Otherware aren't too bad, but I don't own any Otherware figures, so I can't really comment on the actual overall finish of other figures I have in my collection from this manufacturer. Bear Panda, another quarter scale got from them. Sayuri Bunny Girl version. Illustration by K Pring for 11,680 yen. So this is a bit more expensive than their past quarter scales that they've had pre-order that I've covered. Those have been sub 10,000. This is 11,600. Maybe it's to do with the colour, because this is a white bunny suit, or maybe it's just to do with the slightly different design that they've got in here. But I think they might be just edging the pricing up, just seeing where they can plateau, I suppose, with them doing quarter scales. But I think this will be a very good one, and I think a lot of people will be wanting to pre-order this one, with it being a very affordable quarter scale. Very good looking overall, and I think those are real tights, fishnets. It looks like they are, and the red shoes actually give a good contrast between the white bunny suit. So very good design, and I do like the the design pattern that they've got going on the waist part of the bent of this figure. So it's a very good looking figure, and it doesn't seem to be cast offable, but I think this top bit's like a material that you can move, so they might be sculpted on. We'll just have to wait and see. And you get a couple of alternative face plates as well with this one, with the following eyes they mentioned, which I think Bear Panda have been doing quite a lot with with their figures. A lot of them include this option of following eyes, so you get multiple head options as well, which is just a good bonus for it being an affordable quarter scale. Bunny Girl Bare Leg version illustration by Love Akoro 1/6 by Magi Arts for 16,000 yen, coming out in January 2025. So there's bare legs and the standard version where she has got painted on tights, unfortunately, for the same price. So I've not listed both of them here. I think it shows up down here for similar. Yep. So you got two versions. Overall, the sculpt's not too bad. Very simple design though. Hair looks pretty bland. In terms of the actual sculpting, like the back looks alright, but you're going to be looking at it from the front, and from the front it doesn't look too great overall. I can understand they followed the wall skull or the art very closely for the overall design, but it's just a bit plain and simple, unfortunately, with this figure. So I don't think she's worth the price really for 1/6. But they've also doing a quarter scale version of her as well for 38,400 yen, so more than double. But I don't know. I think this one, alternative foot part, so you get the alternative basically lower portion to have displayed with no tights or with tights. To be perfectly honest, I think for the price they should have just included two. With how much, you know, her leg to body ratio there is with this one, they could have just said second body will be included for the figure, and then that would have been fine. Then you get two for the price of one, and they're both quarter scales, and then it'd be about 19,000 yen each for a quarter scale, which then wouldn't be too bad, I think, roughly, for a lot of people. And you get an illustration with all of this, so just a bit too simple, I think, for a bunny girl. And yes, there's lots of bunny girls that are being released, and I do love bunny girls, but this one's a bit just too simple for me, unfortunately. So this is one I can't recommend by Magi Arts. I think this one will bin a fair bit. Succubus Lustia 1/12 model complete model kit by Snail Shell. I've seen a few of these before that I've covered, and these seem to be quite good overall. Actually, the sculpting looks impeccable on this, with it being a kit that you have to build yourself. Posability seems to be really good as well, and I don't know what accessories you actually get with her. Okay, alternative faceplate, clear base, supporting pole clip, external support pole, evil book, posable hands. So you don't get the chair or anything like that with it, unfortunately. So it looks like you just get very posable figure, which is cast offable as well. So if you like that option, then you can have her bare chested, which I think that some people might want. As shown here, you got the whip across her and whatnot. A very good looking figure, I think, or kit, should I say, not figure. Model kit seems really good overall for a very good price. I don't know if these are pre-painted. Please remove parts of your own risk. I would expect them to be pre-painted complete figure. So it is and it's action figure line. Sawayaka Samahara original character and all ears made by Daiki Kogyo for 29,260 yen. This one is, well, the hair looks really good. The sculpting of the tail looks pretty simplistic, since they're not showing a lot of the strands. Is very just fluffy, I think they're going with, to minimize the effort. The wood effect looks really well done, and the mop that she's using is really good. The blue does contrast with her brown hair pretty well, and the whites look like they're really well done shaded. So I think the paint job's up to snuff, but I think the sculpting's a little bit lacking for this price, unfortunately. And it is a 1/6, so the scale's right, is good. So we're saying more 1/6, which I'm happy about. But yeah, it's not too bad. Apparently cast offable as well, made costume upper and lower, so you can cast offable this figure. Although I didn't get to the pictures that have that. Not too bad, but yeah, it's a bit I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is with this figure. It doesn't look too bad, but I think the price is the main thing. I think it should be close to like 22,000 yen for this. The story of manga artist who was imprisoned by a strange high school girl, Konata-chan 1/6 by Supernova for 8,250 yen. I don't understand how. Obviously, it shows she's a Neko style girl, or girl that's been forced to wear a Neko style outfit. The overall design actually is very unique. I do like that, and the fact that this has 3 alternative faceplates, with a mask, you know, a alluring face, and then a very naughty face as well. Really good. Possibly forced cast offable, potentially, if you are willing to do that. So it doesn't mention anything about this one being cast offable, but yeah, and a good price as well for this one. I think the outstanding parts are going to be the hair shading that's on this one, and the overall design. Very good standout with this figure. Noripo Tamaki Inuyama 1/7 by El Coco for 3,520 yen. So prize figure S quality, but very good price and very good quality for the price as well. I think much, as we were seeing, just a resurgence of prize figures just getting better and better over the past couple of years. As I think they're seeing that people want more quality for the money these days, but still want to, you know, not spend hundreds, but, you know, tens of thousands of yen on a scale figure that when they can get a couple of prize figures for their collection, especially when they're starting out. So definitely good, and El Coco's a good brand manufacturer for that, as they've done lots of other budget figures that are being well received in the community. Petra Soul 1/7 by Furyu for 19,800 yen. Succubus style gothic outfit, not bad, pretty good looking figure. Furyu may be charging a bit too much when you're 20,000 yen. Yes, unfortunately it's through FNX. FNX makes sense though, as there's their slightly more premium line, but I still don't think she's worth that kind of price. Overall, very good design and that lot. I think the quality will be fine, but I think the price is just a bit too high for it being a 1/7. Artifacts J, Kaiju number 8, Reno Ikakawa 1/8 by Kodobukiya, 14,200 yen. This one's actually looks very good. Kodobukiya, obviously a very good manufacturer. Details, I think, is going to be on point, and the base adds a lot to what sort of situation he's in. Very good, and looks like they'll be releasing other ones that you can have to display them all together. It looks like, so it looks really good. I've not started watching the anime yet. It's definitely been well received. I think a lot of people really enjoy it. I just like to leave it a few weeks before I actually get into it to start them, just so that I'm not waiting week on week with such a hyped anime series. Arknight wanted version complete figure by Apex for 22,680 yen. Apex is obviously a good manufacturer overall. They generally knock it out of the park. Overall design in this one is amazing. Sculpting looks fantastic. Paint job looks perfect, especially the how tight it is around the chest, the stomach area, and you can sort of see the skin with it pressing up against the skin. It's a much thinner material there. Very good attention to detail there. So yeah, I think Apex are very good. Well, definitely one of the better manufacturers out there, and you are paying a bit more of a premium for it, but it's a very good looking figure, especially if you're an Arknights fan. Definitely a very good Arknights figure. Azure Lane Ting and Tender White Jade version by Apex for 21,340 yen. Let's see if Apex can pull it off with Azure Lane. Table shading looks great. Her sculpt looks really good overall. The folds in the top on her outfit look really realistic as well. The fact that she's kneading some dough, so it looks like she's doing a very good job. Yep, everything looks good. Paint job looks amazing. Definitely worth the price, I'd say. That's about right where it should be. So Apex, yeah, it's a manufacturer that you can definitely trust and has alternative faceplate with this one, I've just noticed. Definitely worth getting if you are really big into Azure Lane and you like Ching and another Bunny Girl quarter scale, Bunny Girl Anna by Figmon for 10,130 yen. So another cheaper, another manufacturer coming into the cheaper quarter scales. It looks like they're coming in to compete with Bear Panda. Quality wise, probably is about on point with Bear Panda with those torpedoes that she's equipped with. Sculpting looks pretty good, pretty basic. Bit of thigh pin knit. being pinched here by the stockings. Looks very good, but they are just painted on stockings, sculpted, so that's fine. But yeah, and the overall colour, the purple looks great, and the overall design looks pretty good, and the price you can't really moan at as well. So if you are a sucker for quarter scales like I am, potentially get this one. If you think you're gonna if you're a bit lighter in January and you just want to pack it out a bit more, then get this quarter scaled. I think it potentially is worth getting a hold of. Not cast off or anything. I don't think there'll be anything sculpted under there with how tight the outfit is pushing into those marshmallows anyways. Basket of the Goddess illustration by Niji Kamiya, 1/6 by Pure for 27,500 yen. This is a cast offable figure. Dark skinned, always love that. Sculpting, you know, cat design, very good. Sculpting looks amazing. Tan A+, and it's cast offable. That's an extra thing, so that's like 4 ticks there straight away. Everything looks great with this one. I think the ears look great. Very good looking figure. Whether the prices are there, and Pure is not a massive figure, not a massive manufacturer. From what I'm aware of, haven't really heard of Pure too much. I'd have to look in. You have to look at see what else they've released. But they're looking pretty good. But they are also doing a quarter scale version of her for more than double the price. So if you really do want to get this figure and you want her to be cast offable and have her enlarged, then you can get the quarter scale version of her if you want. I don't think I'll be purchasing this one at quarter scale, since the sculpting on like her jewelry and that lot is pretty simple basing on this. With this being the quarter scale design, although I think they might have just used the exact same photos between the two. Another quarter scale bunny, but this one's not a cheap one. Yuko Yashiki Bunny Girl version by Magi Arts again for 27,740 yen. Different take on the fish nets. I think those are actual stockings, like fishnets, not painted. I would assume so, and looks like that you're supposed to pair her with this other quarter scale that I covered a few weeks ago, if I remember, from these guys. From Magi Arts, but 27,740 yen is way too much for for this design of quarter scale from a OC design. Really, you know, there's not too much on licensing for it. So yeah, it looks pretty good overall. I don't mind it. Obviously, the fishnets as well aren't as the holes aren't as tight as they are on the actual original artwork. So that is a bit of a letdown. They've done it really bad on this, so it is not as true to the original art, unfortunately, with this one. So I potentially wouldn't get this one. I think this would bomb. I think down to like 20,000, sub 20,000 yen on release. Neural Cloud, Persilia Best Slotted Evernight, version 1/7 by Reverse Studio. I've not heard of Reverse Studio. 20,400 yen. But this one looks like you're getting good amount of accessories. Paint job looks exquisite as well on this prototype at least, and the overall, so you're getting quite good. I think, yeah, the sculpting looks really good as well. Yeah, it's a very good looking figure, I think, for the price as well, 22,000 yen. Yeah, it looks like it's very close to sort of alter quality or effort that they put in as well. So definitely, I think, worth to keep an eye out for. Maybe add to your favourites, or do bookmarks, keep an eye on for this one. SSR figure Yura split version 1/7 by SSR figure for 10,410 yen. So good price. You'd be purchasing this one for obvious reasons. She's doing the splits and her frontage is very open. So yeah, the zip sculpting looks pretty obviously enlarged. Unfortunately, it's not as finely detailed as I think a lot of people would want, but for the price you can't really you know, you can't expect them to go full on bore with the sculpting in this one. So the price is really good overall. But yeah, maybe maybe able to force cast it off. I don't know if they're sculpted on under there. You'll just have to wait and see when it gets released and people get into their hands. Shokyo Sensei Dance Lesson version by Enso Toys for 13,050 yen, January 2025 release. This one's quite good looking. I like these dancing figures. If you do have a thing for sort of these ballerina-esque, figures in your collection, then it's a good price as well for a 1/7, and the painting and sculpting looks really good. There's also Guitar Meme as well, for 13,050 yen, same manufacturer. Looks like they joined together, and they do sell a combo pack for 27,000 yen to get both of them together. So yeah, very good looking overall. Probably get the pair, considering 27,000 yen on the upper tier of what you'll be paying for, a very good 1/7 scale. Like by Ulta, you can get two 1/7 scales at least, which have up above average paint quality and sculpting going into them. It's just whether the overall design you like this overall aesthetic. I'm not a big fan of it. I do like it, but I don't want it in my collection. I don't have a display or anything that would suit to have these in my collection. Ishima Yokoyama Black one-piece dress version by illustration by Bara, 1/6 by Hanabi for 10,240 yen. So good price, January 2025 release. And you can have the jacket on or off in this figure. Overall sculpting looks good, paint job looks good. The paint tights aren't as well painted as the maid we covered earlier, but I think overall it's not too bad. I think the price is pretty good as well. Potentially sculpted on that side, if you wanted to try and force that off. Although it looks like there is a seam on the dress, so they probably are sculpted, because you might be able to detach the dress completely. They don't show it being cast offable, and they don't mention that she's cast offable. But with that seam being on the side there, this seems a bit of a letdown, potentially. It might just be there to show you that that's where this dress is zipped up, but normally with a one-piece dress, obviously they just get put on, they step into it and then raise it up or whatnot. So this one looks like there's a seam on the other side as well. So you might be able to pull the dress off completely, which they've just not advertised. Where was that picture that looks like you could see it a lot more? So there's quite a big seam that might just be sculpted on though, with how deep that is. It might not be two halves of the dress. You have to wait and see, unfortunately, when you get this in your hands. Taco illustration Bara complete figure by Union Creative for 27,500 yen. Very nice looking figure. I think I've covered there's another version of this one that I covered last week, which has an actual fur. Oh, pardon me. Has a actual fur tail, which I think a lot of people prefer that one. That I've seen on Reddit, and is a cheaper price out of the two. So a lot of people probably won't be getting this one; they'll be getting that one, unfortunately. But not too bad overall. So if you missed out on that one, then you can at least get a hold of this one. She's not terrible, but I think she's too expensive. Bodysuit planning, Sophia F. Shearing, body version 2nd quarter scale by Freeing for 39,600 yen. So I do have the first version in a box behind me, which will be coming in a video soon. And I've got the reverse bunny as well. She's actually right there on my desk. Very good looking figure, definitely like auto pre-order for me. So I'm a big fan of Nadar, the artist, and the bunny suit planning the figures that are being released, and all the other girls that are in that section under bunny suit planning. I'm really liking what the concept that they've got going on there. This is a cast offable figure as well. So just the chest area that gets cast offable, but I do like the blues. Very well done, very good looking figure, and swappable heads as well, so you can swap the heads between the other two versions as well. The reverse bunny, I wouldn't personally, since the ears get coloured to match sort of the design of the suit. Bodysuit, so when their heads are swapped, they look pretty terrible, really. So I just wouldn't bother with the head swapping bit. But it's a nice extra feature if you prefer to have the head swapped over. This head could probably be put on the other two without being off-putting, unlike the other two heads, because the other one's got like green inlay in ears or blue on the front of the ears, which don't really match the design. But yeah, no, good looking figure. Definitely instant pre-order for me. Spice and Morph Hollow Renewal Package Edition 1/8 by Kodapakir for 8,310 yen. Kodapakir, I think this might be a re-release. This is a reproduction. Okay, so it's a reproduction of one. 8,000 yen, so this is probably a previous figure that was released years ago, and this is a redoing with a new mold. Very good looking figure. Hollow is obviously Spice Wolf, very well established character. A lot of people like Hollow as a character, they love the anime, and it's a very good price for this figure as well by Kodapakir with a good amount of discount. And that's it actually for this week. Not too many figures. Again, please can you like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, if you got this far. Links for all these figures that we looked at will be in the description down below. And again, a lot of bunny figures we had this week. Some misses, some good, and obviously the freeing one, Sophia F. Shearing, my favourite freeing figures currently. So yeah, very good, and I shall catch you in another video. Thank you very much. Bye.